Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to show you how to find all 236 field guide pages here in Hogwarts Legacy. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So beginning in the Astronomy Wing, we're actually going to start from the top of the castle and work our way down. So the first place that you want to go is to the Astronomy Tower Flue Flame. We're going to fast travel through this Flue Flame. Now, once you spawn in at the Flue Flame, we're going to immediately turn around and you guys will find a door with a flight of stairs. We're going to head up this flight of stairs. And once you get to the top, you guys will find another flight of stairs. We're going to head up these. And once you get to the top, we're going to take a left. And you guys will see here by using Revelio that we have a moth painting. Now, the first thing we're going to do is use Lumos so we can activate the painting. And the butterfly for this painting is going to be at the very top of the tower. So we're just going to head up this staircase. We're going to continue to go up all the way to the top. And once you get to the top, the butterfly is going to be located right here on this chalkboard to your left. So you can grab this butterfly and then run all the way back down the stairs. And once you get back to the bottom of the stairs, you can then cast your wand, put the butterfly in this moth painting, and it will then give you your first field guide page. Our second field guide page is going to be located back at the top of the tower, so we're going to immediately turn around and go right back up the stairs all the way to the top. And once we get to the very top, you guys will find a little overlook here with a giant telescope. If you walk up to the telescope, use Revelio, you guys will find your second field guide page. Our third field guide page is also going to be very close by. If we turn around and go left, you guys will find a staircase that goes down. If you head down this little staircase here, you guys will see there's a little dragon statue here. In the gameplay, I've already used it, but when you get to this dragon statue, you can lock onto it and use either Confringo or Incendio to light the statue, and once you do, it will give you your third field guide page. Now, to get to our fourth page, we're going to save ourselves some time. We're going to open up the map. And then going to click on the Astronomy Wing, and we're going to teleport back down to the Astronomy Tower Flue Flame. Now, once you spawn in at this Flue Flame, instead of going up the stairs, we're going to go down the stairs this time. So we're going to head down this flight of stairs. And we're going to go all the way to the bottom here. And once we get down here, we're going to take a left. And right here on this wall is 4 ogres just hanging out and dancing. We're then going to use Revelio, and you guys will find your fourth field guide page. Now, to get our fifth page, we're then going to turn right and continue down the direction we were headed. If you turn left here, you guys will see that we have another staircase. And right when you get to the bottom of the staircase, you guys will see that we have a cool little statue here. We're going to lock onto it and use the Levioso spell. And when you do, it will release your fifth field guide page. Now, to get our sixth page, we're going to continue to head back down the stairs. And as we head down this flight of stairs, we're going to enter the Charms classroom. Now, in this classroom, you guys can look up and you will find one of your field guide pages flying around. So we're going to use Accio to capture it. And there you go. There's your next field guide page. Now, to get our next field guide page, we're actually going to turn right here and go down this flight of stairs. And as we get down here, you guys will see a door on our right. We're going to enter the classroom here, and we're going to go up this spiral staircase. Now, you will need Alohomora to get into this door, so I'm going to show you guys on my second account. But once you go in through this doorway, you can go through another staircase and work your way all the way up to the roof. Once you're on the roof, you'll find another prison cell that you'll have to use Alohomora to get into. And once inside, cast Revelio, and inside will be your next field guide page. Now, to get our eighth page, we're going to open up our map and we're going to fast travel. We're going to click on the Astronomy Wing here. And we're going to go down to the bottom, and we're going to find the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower Flue Flame. Should be all the way at the bottom here, and we're going to fast travel there. Now, once you spawn in, you guys will see the next butterfly painting directly in front of us. So we're going to walk up to it. We're going to use Lumos to activate it, and the butterfly is actually going to be located on the floor above us. So if you go ahead and use Revelio, I believe you can see it. It's right up there. And the way that we're going to get there is we're going to go back this direction, and we're going to go through this hallway. And once we get through this hallway, we're going to take a right up this set of stairs. And once you get to the top, we can then take a left. And the butterfly is going to be located right here on the right. So we'll use Lumos to get him back. And we'll head right back the direction that we came from. Go back down the stairs. Take a left back down the hallway. Did I lose him? There he is. And then you can cast them right into this painting. And you'll be rewarded with field guide page number 8. Now, to get our 9th page, we're going to reopen our map. We're then going to click on the flag for the Astronomy Wing, and we're going to fast travel down here to Professor Fig's classroom. Now, once you spawn in, all we're going to do is turn around, and as you guys can see, we have a little overlook here. Right here in front of this overlook is a little dragon statue that we need to light. Now, to light this thing, you need to use the spell Confringo. Now, with this account currently, I do not have Confringo unlocked. As you guys can see, if I try using Incendio, it doesn't quite reach. So again, you'll need to make sure that you have the Confringo spell unlocked. Use that to light the flame, and then you'll use Accio to pull the field guide page to you, giving you your 9th page. Now, to get our 10th page, we're going to reopen our map. We are going to click on the Astronomy Wing, and we are going to fast travel down here to the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower Flue Flame. Now, once we spawn in, we're going to turn right, go down this flight of stairs, and once we get to the bottom, directly ahead of you, you guys will see that we have this display cabinet with a skeleton inside. We use Revelio, and we'll be gifted our 10th page. Now, once you've gathered this field guide page, we're then going to turn right, and we're going to go down this flight of stairs. We're going to go down 2 floors. So 1 and 2, and when we get to the bottom here, if we look right, we're going to have a painting. All you have to do is use Revelio, and your 11th field guide page will reveal itself. So to get to our 12th page, we're going to reopen our map here and fast travel, except this time we're going to go to the bell tower wing so that we can get here a little bit quicker. Once we're at this wing, we can click over here on the west tower Flue Flame, and we're going to fast travel there. Now, once you spawn in, we're going to take an immediate left and head back toward the Astronomy Wing, and you guys will see this hallway with gas coming up from the floor. If you go towards the middle and turn right, go ahead and use Revelio, you guys will find your 12th field guide page. Now, our 13th page is also located in this hallway as well. As you guys can see right here to our left, we have another butterfly painting. So I'm going to go ahead and use Lumos, reveal the butterfly location, and if you guys turn around and go right back toward the Flue Flame in the direction that we came from, you guys will see that right here on the left is the butterfly, so not so far away at all. We'll grab him with Lumos, and we'll head right back over to the painting. We'll throw him into the painting, and we will get page number 13. Now, to get to our 14th page, we're going to open back up our map. We're going to click on the Astronomy Wing flag here, and we're going to fast travel to the Transfiguration Courtyard. And once you spawn in, if you turn around to this dragon-like statue that's in the middle, we just walk up to it. We can use Revelio, and we'll be gifted our 14th page. Now, to get our 15th page, all we have to do is turn around, and you guys are going to see that we have this little walkway in here. If you come to this walkway and turn left, you guys will see we have another one of these statues. You can lock onto this ball, and you can go ahead and use Levioso, and it will release page number 15. Now, to get to page number 16, we're then going to open our map back up. We're going to click on the Astronomy Wing, and we are going to fast travel down here to the Transfiguration Classroom. And once you spawn in, you guys will see that there's a door directly in front of us. All we're going to do is go right through this door. And here on the left, you guys will find a table with some turtle shells above it. All we're going to do is cast Revelio, and we will get page number 16. So to get to page number 17, we're going to once again open up our map, click on the Astronomy Wing flag, and we are going to fast travel over here on the left side to the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. Now, once you spawn in, we're going to go directly into the classroom in front of us, and you guys will see this small flight of stairs. If we walk up to it and use Revelio right here, you guys will see we are given page number 17. So for our 18th page, we're then going to reopen our map. We're going to head back over to the Astronomy Wing flag, and we are going to go back to the Transfiguration Courtyard Flue Flame. Now, once you spawn in, we're going to take the door to our right, which is literally right here next to the Flue Flame. We're going to go inside, and as you enter, you will see a door here on your right that is locked through a level 2 lock. Now, if you don't have this, you'll have to make sure that you progress through the main story to get in here. I'm going to show you exactly where this is at on my second account. Once you go inside this room, there is a closet in the back of the room, and if you cast Revelio in front of this closet, you will get page number 19, or 18 rather. Now, to get our 19th page, we're going to reopen our map here, and we are going to click on the Astronomy Wing, and we are going to head down to the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower Flue Flame. Now, once you spawn in, we're going to turn to the right here, and we're going to go down this flight of stairs. And once we get down this flight of stairs, we're going to turn right and go down another flight of stairs. And once we get to the bottom, you guys will see a giant snake stained glass window. We're going to walk up to this window. Revelio. We're going to use Revelio, and we're going to get page number 19. Now, for our last 4 pages, we're going to head down into the dungeon. So we're going to open up our map, And instead of going to the Astronomy Wing flag, we're going to go down here to the Bell Tower Wing flag. And we're going to click on this one down here, the Bell Tower Courtyard Flue Flame, and we're going to fast travel there. Once you spawn in, you're going to see that there's two staircases, one on the right, one on the left. We're going to go towards the left here first, and we're going to work our way back to the Astronomy Wing by going through this door. And once you go through this door, immediately turn left. You're going to have another staircase that goes down. We're going to have another door that we can go through, and as you guys can see, we're going to slowly work our way down these flights of stairs all the way down to the dungeons. And once you get down here, you guys will know you're in the right place when you see the giant dragon statue. Now, there is a field guide page here in front of this dragon, but it's not a part of the Astronomy Wing, so I'm not going to grab it in this video. But if you want to, you can go ahead and pick it up. But we're going to go through this archway here and down this corridor, and when we get to the end, we're going to take a right. And right before we go up this flight of stairs, we're going to take a left, and we're going to find a room full of barrels. Once you're inside, you can look up, and you guys will find a field guide page floating. We're going to use Accio, pull it down from the ceiling, and there you go. Now, to get page 21, you're going to have Alahomora level 1. You guys can see if you just turn left from where we grabbed the field guide page in the sky, there is a level 1 lock. Now, unfortunately, on this account, I can't get through, so I'm going to show you guys how to get up here on my second account. So once you make your way into this jail cell, you guys will see a frog that you can interact with. You're going to want to take the fast travel through that frog, and it's going to put you inside of a room with another one of those statues that you can cast Levioso on to get your field guide page. Now, you guys won't see it here in the video, I don't think, because I've already grabbed it, but it is in this room, and you guys should find it without a problem. Now, to get to page 22, you're going to go right back through the frog and out the jail cell that you came through, and once you come out that jail cell, we're going to go back towards the dragon statue. So we're going to head back that direction, but instead of turning left and going directly toward the dragon, we're going to go through the door that's directly behind us. Now, again, this is behind another level 2 lock, so I will show you how to get this on the second account. But once you walk through this door, all you have to do is use Revelio immediately, and you guys will find field guide page number 22. Now, the 23rd and final field guide page is also going to be located inside of this room. As soon as you walk through the main door, if you look up and turn around, there's going to be a little dragon statue that's on the ceiling up there. All you have to do is lock onto it, cast Confringo, and that will give you the field guide page. You can then use Accio to pull it toward your character. Again, you're not going to see it on my screen because I already have this one, but I'll show you the exact location that it's going to be on the wall. But these are all 23 field guide pages in the Astronomy Wing. Now let's head over to the Bell Tower Wing. So to get your first page, you're going to head over to the Bell Tower Wing, and we're going to come down here and take the Bell Tower Courtyard Flue Flame. Now, after taking this Flue Flame, we want to face the door away from the Flue Flame. So you guys can see it right here. We're going to turn around, and facing the door leaving Hogwarts on the right side, you guys will see a broken broomstick. Go ahead and cast Revelio right here, and you'll get your first page. After grabbing this page, then turn around and you guys will see a flattened armor statue. Go ahead and cast Revelio here, and you'll get your second page right here. After grabbing this page, we're then going to turn around again, and we're going to head over here to the right side of these stairs, and you guys will see 3 bells. Walk up to the bells, cast Revelio, and this will be your third page. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to head up the stairs just to the left here, and when we get to the top of the stairs directly in front of us, you guys will see a cat in this glass thing here. We're going to use Revelio in front of this cat, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after grabbing the page here at the cat, we're going to turn around and head back down the stairs and go up the stairs on the opposite side. And once we get up these stairs on the right hand side here, we'll have another cabinet with some stuff on it. Go ahead and use Revelio here, and you'll be able to get your next page. Now, for your next page, you're going to need Confringo, and we'll head over to the other side, back up these stairs and to the right. And in the back corner up here, we're going to have this dragon statue. We can lock onto it, use one of our fire spells. I'm using Confringo, and you'll be able to get your next page. Now, after getting the page from the dragon statue, we're then going to turn around and look up. There will be a page that's flying around in this room. I believe it's directly above me right now. You guys can see it's right here. I'll lock onto it, use Accio, and pull that next page in. Now, after we grab the page that's flying around the room, we're going to go to the opposite stairs again, and it's actually the south stairs if you're confused, so just right of the Flue Flame. And once we go up these stairs, we're going to take a left, go up these stairs, and you guys will see this ash that's on the wall right here in front of me. In front of this ash, cast Revelio, and your next page will pop up right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we have a few more pages that are in here, but can only be accessed by completing a side mission. So we'll turn around and head back down the stairs, and we're going to go left, and we're going to go through this door right here. After going through this door, we'll head up the stairs and into the classroom directly in front of us. There will be a quest that's in here that we're going to press X to begin. Now, I'm not sure how deep into the game you need to be to have the history class side quest here. It shouldn't be too far. I believe it's fairly early on. But if you don't have this, just play through some of the main missions, work your way through the game, and eventually you'll unlock this. And once doing this quest, I'll show you how to get the next couple pages. Now, after starting this quest, the teacher's going to take you on a little adventure down back to the Bell Tower Courtyard Flame. And once you're in here, he's going to ask you to get 2 different pages, which I'll show you here in just a second. Now, after he's done speaking with you, he'll ask you to find the Grimbald Weft field guide page. To get that, we're just going to head down the stairs and take a right and go into this back corner. It's going to be right here in front of this skull casing. So go ahead and use Revelio and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after speaking with him again, after collecting our first page from this quest, we're then going to head up the stairs directly in front of us. And we're going to take a right up these stairs and you guys will see these statues. Our page is going to be located in one of these statues. I believe it's on the left. Yep. It'll be on the far left statue right here, and this will be your second page from the quest. Now, before we continue on with the video, I want to make you guys aware of a glitch that's currently in the game that I've seen all over Reddit and all over Google, where people are having issues with the Bell Tower Wing collecting all your field guide pages. And the reason for that is the history class field guide pages are bugged. For some players, it won't count either of them. For some, it'll only count 1. As you guys can see through this video, I've showed you 10 pages and it only shows that I've collected 9. So don't worry, you're still actually able to get the collectible. It still counts in your game. It's just not showing the number in the top right of your screen when you open up the Bell Tower Wing. So that's where the issue is coming from for those of you that have been trying to figure that out. It's the history class field guide pages. But moving on. Now, after you finish the history class quest, we're going to go back to the classroom. So again, it's on the staircase to the right of the Flame here. So we'll head back up the stairs through the doorway in front of us and back up another set of stairs. And once entering the classroom, if you guys look to your right, we're going to have 3 stained glass here. In the middle one, we're going to use Revelio. And you'll get a page to pop up right in front of this stained glass window. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to head right back outside the classroom, and we're actually going to head up the stairs directly in front of us. And to the right, you guys will see that we have another moth frame. So go ahead and use Lumos here to activate the frame. And once doing that, you're going to head back into the classroom, and we're going to go through the back door. Now, I believe there's a level 1 lock on this door, so you'll need Alahomor to get through. But once going through this door, we're going to take a right, and on this plant right here, we're going to find our moth. So we can grab our moth, head back through the doorway, and run all the way back outside and up the stairs. And once doing so, throw your moth in the frame, and you'll be rewarded with your next field guide page. Now, after completing the moth frame, we're going to head back down the stairs and into the history classroom. And we're going to go back through the door in the back of the classroom. And once going through this door, you guys will see this Sphinx on your right. Go ahead and use Revelio in front of the Sphinx and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after grabbing the Sphinx page, all we're going to do is look up as we're going to have a page that's flying around in this room. So go ahead and lock onto it, use Accio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, our next page, as I'm sure you guys can see, is directly in front of us in the statue in the back left corner. We're going to walk up to it, lock on, and use Levioso, and we'll be rewarded with our next field guide page. Now, after you've grabbed this page, we're going to turn around and head back outside the classroom. So we'll go through these double doors here, and then we're going to go back out the front of the classroom. And once you exit the classroom, take a right, and you guys will see 2 double doors right here. This is going to lead us into the Transfiguration Courtyard. So we'll go through these 2 double doors, and once doing so, immediately take a left, and we're going to take the first door on our left. Now, this will have a level 1 lock on it, so you'll have to make sure you unlock that. But once doing so, go inside, head up the stairs, and once you get to the top, if you turn around, we're going to have another statue that we can use Levioso on. And once doing so, you'll get your next field guide page. Now, to get our next 2 pages, we're going to head back over to the Bell Tower Wing, and we're going to come down here and take the Bell Tower Courtyard Flame once again, just to save a little bit of time. And after taking that Flame, we're going to head up the stairs to the right of the Flame. So as you guys can see, I'm looking at it. We're going to go right. We're going to head all the way up the stairs. Go as high as you can go. We'll go through this little doorway here if it'll let me through. And once we get to the top, we're going to come across a hallway with another door that leads into the frog choir room. So right here where the frogs are on the stand, if you go ahead and use Revelio, you're going to get a page that pops out right here. So go ahead and pick that one up. Now, after grabbing the page from the frogs, we're going to turn around and go through the door on the right. If we head up, you guys will see this door here. There may be a lock on it, but once going through, you're going to see another door in the back over here. We're going to work our way to this door. Again, maybe a lock on it, not 100% sure. But after going through here on your left, you'll have another dragon statue where we can use Confringo. and you'll be able to get your next page right here. Now for your next couple pages, we want to head down to the basement. So we're going to go back to the bell tower wing. We're going to go back to the bell tower courtyard flue flame. And once again, facing the flue flame, we're going to take a right and we're going to head like we're going back toward the history classroom. So we'll go through this door, except this time, instead of going up the stairs, we're going to go down the stairs. So if you go left, you'll come down here, find another door that we can go through, another flight of stairs, and you'll find this tapestry right here. Now it'll have a giant K. This is actually a door that you can walk through. So walk through this K, and in this room, we're going to have another door in the back. Go through this door in the back, and you guys can see this other K over here. We'll run all the way back here, use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn around and head back through both doors that we came through. So this one being our first one, head down the hallway and go through our second one. And as soon as you exit the second door, you'll see the staircase. We're going to go right, and then we're going to take another left. And right over here, you guys will see that we have this little dragon thing. We're going to cast Revelio in front of the dragons, and we'll get our next page. Now, after you grab this page, we're going to turn around and head down the stairs. And then we'll take a left and head down some more stairs. And once you get to the bottom, you guys will find this giant sleeping dragon. Walk up to it and use Revelio, and you'll get your next page in front of this dragon. Now, after you get the page from the dragon, we're going to turn around and head down this hallway and take our first door on the left. Now, there will be a lock on this door, so if you can't unlock it yet, come back to it at some point later on. But if you can, go inside, and inside on the left, there'll be this giant cannon. Walk up to the cannon, use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now to get your next couple pages, we're going to head outside the castle. So come over here to the bell tower wing, and we're going to go all the way up to the top and take the beast classroom flue flame. Now after taking this flue flame, we're going to spawn in. We'll turn around looking at the classroom itself, and we're going to have a page that's actually flying around the classroom. So you guys can see it over here. If you can't find it, just use Revelio and it'll light up blue. But once you catch up to it, it'll just kind of fly in circles around the classroom. It may take you a minute to try to get this thing. But once you're in range, you can lock on, use Accio, and you'll be able to grab this page for yourself. Now, after you grab the page that's flying around, we're actually going to hop on our broomstick to save us some time, and we're going to fly up here to this giant tower that's on this hill. You guys shouldn't miss it. It's pretty obvious. And to save your time from climbing all the way to the top, what we're going to do is we're going to just fly our way all the way to the top here. And once we get to the top, we can land in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to climb down this ladder, or if you want, you can try to jump. Not sure if you'll fall to your death, but we're going to climb down the ladder just to be safe. You guys will see we're in a room with a ton of owls. So once you're in here, just use Revelio and you'll be able to get a page at the bottom of this ladder. Now, after you grab this page, we're going to head right back up the ladder, and we're going to have a flying page that's flying around the top of this tower. You may have seen it as we flew in. But once you get to the top, just have a look around. You may find it really quick. It's right here flying. We can just lock onto that, use Accio, and you'll be able to get your next page. Now, after you grab the page that's flying around the tower, we're going to have a little look around. You can use Revelio if you need to, but there's a statue up here, and it's right here. We're going to use a Levioso on this, and we'll be able to get our next page right here. Now, to get your next page, we're going to head back over to the bell tower wing, and we're going to go all the way to the right and take the Hogwarts North Exit flue flame. Now, after taking this flue flame, you want to turn around and make sure you're facing the actual castle, and we're going to go to the right. Now, as you head to the right, you'll see these large double doors. This is leading to the stables. And as soon as you enter the stables, there's going to be a locked door on your right. Once you unlock this door, you can go inside, and right in front of you, just use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after you grab this page, we're going to turn around and head right outside the stables, and we're going to go to the right, and we're actually going to hop on our broomstick to save time, but we're going to go all the way to the end of the wall. So follow this wall all the way to the end until you can no longer go any further, which is way out here. And once getting out here, we can actually get off our broomstick, and we're going to go through a couple of doors. So we'll go through this door. You guys will see another door in the back. We're going to go through this one, and then there's going to be one more door we're going to go inside of. And now we are at the very end of the wall. And right here, we're going to have a jail cell with a bathtub inside of it. Go ahead and use Revelio in front of the bathtub, and you'll get your next field guide page in this location. Now, after you grab the page from the bathtub, we're going to turn right and go through another door and head towards the Quidditch pitch. So we'll head all the way to the end here, and you guys will see that it ends. We literally just fall off. What you want to do is jump down and take a right, and right on this side of the wall, just cast Revelio, and you guys will see your next page will pop up right here. You can use Revelio right in front of it, and you'll be able to get your next page. Now, to get our next couple pages, we're going to head back over to the bell tower wing and come out here and take the Hogwarts North Exit once again. And once taking that flue flame, we're going to turn around, and instead of going right this time, we're going to go left. Now, as soon as you take a left, if you look up on top of the side of the wall, you guys will see we have another little statue thing hanging down. We can lock onto that, And once you do, you can use Confringo. So use Confringo, it'll pop out the field guide page, and then you can lock onto that and use Accio and pull it in for yourself. Now, after you grab that page, we're then going to head up the stairs that are right in front of us. And when we get to the top of the stairs, we're going to turn around and go back toward the flue flame. So we'll go back this direction. We're going to have a door. We'll go inside this door, go to the back, take a left, and go through another door and head up some stairs. Once again, going through another door that's got a lock on it, so make sure that you can get through this lock. And to be honest, guys, all of these doors may have locks. I'm not 100% sure, but at least one of them will. But once this door opens up, we're then going to go inside, and you guys will see we have another statue directly in front of us. We'll lock onto it, use Levioso, and we'll be able to get our next field guide page. Now, to get your next page, we're going to take the Hogwarts North exit flue flame once again, or you can risk jumping down from the top if you like. But once taking that flue flame, turn around and again take a left. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into these double doors right here in front of us, to which we're going to find a carriage. Now we're going to go through the door behind the carriage, which is going to have a level 1 lock on it. So once unlocking that, you can go inside. And once entering, take a right, you guys will see we have another moth frame. So make sure that you use Lumos to activate the moth. And once doing so, we're going to go back outside. Once you go through the double doors, we're then going to take a left and go backwards. You guys will see our stairs here. We're going to go past the stairs. And on the back side over here, right where this wall starts, our moth is going to be on the back of this wall. You guys can see it standing there. So we'll walk up to it with Lumos, grab it, and we'll head back to where we just were. We'll come over here back to this room. Do these doors open? They do. And then we can go back into this room. And then all you got to do is throw your moth into the frame. And you will once again get another field guide page. Now, after you finish the moth frame, we're going to turn around and go back outside. So go back through this door, go back through the double doors, and we're going to go back to where we got the moth. So if we head back to this back corner, you guys will see we kind of have a little section that we can run on. We're going to jump the wall here, and we're going to run down to this door. Now, once you go through this door, as soon as it opens, go ahead and use Revelio, and your field guide page will pop up right in front of you. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to go through the door in the back, and we're actually just going to jump the wall here. And you guys can see that down here we have a fountain, as well as a bush dragon that's pretty dope. But we're going to go back here to this fountain, and as you get toward the fountain, you guys will start to see our floating page. So we're just going to lock onto that, use Accio, and you'll be able to get your next page right here. Now, after grabbing the fountain page, we're on to our last field guide page. So we're actually going to go through this little doorway that's in the wall here behind the fountain. And once doing so, you're going to take an immediate left and you'll see these beehive looking things. Go ahead and use Revelio in front of these beehives, and you'll be able to get your last field guide page. But these are all 34 field guide pages here in the Bell Tower Wing. Now let's head over to the Library Annex. So to get our first page, we're going to head over here to the Library Annex and click on the Divination Classroom Flue Flame. Now once taking that flue flame, you're going to spawn in looking at these stairs. All we're going to want to do is push to the top of this staircase. Once we get up here, we'll have a ladder that drops down. Go ahead and climb to the top of this ladder. And once you get to the top of the ladder, turn around. Walk over here into this half circle, go ahead and use Revelio, and you will get your first page. Now for our next two pages, we're actually going to go right back to the same flue flame we just took, the Divination Classroom, just to save ourselves a little bit of time. And once you're there, instead of going up the staircase this time, we're going to turn around and go through this door. Now once you're in this room, you guys will see that we have this huge open area. You're going to have a page that's flying around in here, so go ahead and cast Revelio. And you guys can see it's down there currently, so it's going to fly around down there. It's going to work its way up here. I'm going to go ahead and switch to where I can have Accio. And once it flies up here, which it's happening right now, we can lock onto it, use Accio, and get this field guide page. Now, our next one's going to be just to this room to our right. So as we get down this hallway, we're going to turn right here. We're going to have this door. The way to open this, we're going to press X to reveal, and I'm going to show you the symbols. So the first one we want is like the whooper bird looking thing. So 1, 2, 3. So hit that 3 times. And then we want the 3-headed snake on this one. So 1, 2. So 3 on this one, 2 on the right, and then go ahead and open this door. Once this door opens, we're going to go inside and head up the staircase, to which we're going to have another door. And once we're inside, go ahead and use Revelio, and you'll be able to get your next page. For the next page, we're going to go back to the Library Annex, and we're going to take this Central Hall flue flame. Now, after taking this flue flame, you're going to spawn in looking at this giant unicorn statue. We're going to go upstairs. So we're going to head up this stairs right here, and then we're going to go up these stairs right here all the way up to the top. And then we're going to turn right, to which we're going to have another staircase. And once we get to the top of this staircase, you're going to want to turn right, and you're going to see this cool painting on the wall over here. There's 3 of them. We're going to go ahead and use Revelio. And we're going to get a field guide page right here. Now for our next 5 pages, we're going to head back to the Central Hall Flue Flame. We're going to show you how to get all 5 of these really quick. So once you get to the Central Hall Flue Flame, we're going to come right down here to this statue, and we're going to have 2 flying pages, one on the right side of the statue and one on the left. I'll start on the left. It should be flying around this staircase here, so you guys can see it's located right here. Go ahead and use Accio. Now we're going to head back over on the other side of the statue, and there should be one flying around over here, so you guys can see it's right here. There's just 2 field guide pages flying around the room, so you should be able to find these pretty easily. So that'll be our second one. Our next one's going to be at this statue right in the middle that we came down to. So go ahead and use Revelio on the other side, so you guys can use Revelio here and get your third one right here. Now after grabbing the main statue one, we're going to head left, and we're going to go right up here to where we're going to have a dragon statue. So we can come up to this dragon statue. We're going to use Confringo. And that's going to give us our next page. Now, after getting this page, we're going to turn around and head back down the staircase. And we're going to go left and down this staircase. And then we're going to take a right, which we're going to come across a locked door. So it's a level 1 unlock. We're going to go ahead and unlock this door. And once you get this door unlocked, we're going to go inside. And once you're inside, you're going to see another statue. We're going to use Levioso on this statue. And we're going to get our next page. Now for our next page, we're going to head right back over to the Central Hall Flue Flame just to save us a little bit of time. And you guys may have noticed in the last couple pages that we had a moth frame down here. So we'll come down here. And once we get down here, you guys can take a right. And you guys will see right here on the right side, we have a moth frame. However, you can't just do this one regularly. So you actually have to talk to Lenora, who is a side quest here. Now, once you start talking to Lenora, she's going to go through some dialogue. You can listen to this if you haven't done this side quest yet. And you can just say you'll have a look, and once she's done talking, you can complete this moth frame. So now that she's done talking, we're going to use Lumos on this painting, which will make the moth available. And we're going to turn right and go right over here down this staircase. We're going to take a left, and in this little area, you guys will see we have our moth. We'll use Lumos to grab the moth. We'll go right back up the stairs, right back over to our moth frame, and go ahead and throw the moth in the painting. And you'll get your next field guide page. Now to collect our next 2 pages, we're going to head down to the greenhouses. So go ahead and take the greenhouses Flue Flame. And once you do, our first one's going to be located on this giant tree that's right next to us. So I believe it's on the other side here. But when you get to this tree, just use Revelio. And here it is. You guys can see right in front of the tree. We'll get our first one here. Now after grabbing this one, we're going to turn right, and you guys will notice that we have a door right here. We're going to go through this door. We're going to head down the stairs, and right here in front of this tree, we're going to have our second field guide page in the greenhouses. So you can snag this one here, and you're done here. Now to get our next page, we're going to head over to the Library Flue Flame. So go ahead and take the Library Flue Flame, and once you do, we're actually going to have a page that's flying around this room. So we can start down here. If you're lucky, it'll be flying right in front of you. If not, just look around. You guys can use Revelio to see where it's at. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and use Accio, grab that one. Now our next page is actually a moth frame. So we're going to turn around and we're going to go up this staircase here right beside us. And once we make it to the top of this staircase, we're going to go to the back right side of the library. So we're going to come right over here, and we're going to go all the way to the back right. And once we get back here, we're going to find a moth frame. So you guys can see it's right here. I'm going to use Lumos. And then we're going to go all the way back to the staircase. We'll go right back to where we just came from. And over here near the staircase, you're going to have a podium. So there's a podium that's right here with the moth on it. We'll go ahead and grab this moth. And we're going to bring it right back over here to our moth frame. Throw it inside. And once you do so, you'll get your next field guide page. Now our next 2 pages are going to be found in the restricted section. So we're going to go back over to the Library Flue Flame just to save us a little bit of time. And once we're here, we're going to head toward the restricted section. So we'll go left. And we'll take a right and right through this gate here. And we're just going to work our way all the way to the bottom of the restricted section. So we'll go down the staircase. We'll take a left. Go all the way to the back here. And once we get to the back, we're going to have another staircase we're going to head down. And once you get down to the bottom of this staircase, we're just going to turn left right here. Go ahead and use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after collecting this page, we're going to continue to head down into the restricted section even further. So we'll go to the back of this room. We're going to go through this door. And then you're going to come across another staircase. Once you get to the bottom of this staircase, you guys will see another statue. We want to make sure that we use Levioso on this statue. So lock on, use Levioso. and you will get your final field guide page in the restricted section. Now to get our last couple pages, we're actually going to head down to the potions classroom flue flame. So go ahead and take that flue flame. And once you do, you'll spawn in looking at these double doors. We're going to turn around, go through this arch and immediately turn right. And you guys will see this giant statue here. Go ahead and use Revelio here, and you'll get your next field guide page. Now, after collecting this one, we're going to turn back around and we're going to go back through those double doors that we spawned in looking at. And once we go through these doors, we're going to go through this open door here and into the potions classroom. And we're going to go all the way to the back to the teacher's desk. And as you guys can see right here next to the table, use Revelio and you will get your next field guide page. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to go back to the entrance of the potions classroom and we're going to go back out the door. And once you go out the door, we're going to turn right and go down this giant spiral staircase. And once you get to the bottom of the staircase, we're going to take a left, to which we'll have another door. We'll go through that door and we're going to go all the way to the end of this hallway. And once you get towards the end of the hallway, on your right, you guys will find another moth frame. So we're going to go back to putting on Lumos here. Use Lumos in front of the moth frame. And once you do, we're going to turn left and continue to go toward the end of the hallway. And once we go through both of these arches on our right, you guys will see this giant ogre or troll, and the moth will be on top of the frame here. We'll grab that moth, bring him back to the frame, and go ahead and throw him back into the moth frame. And once you do, you'll get your next field guide page. Now, after completing this one, we only have one left. We're going to turn left here and go back to where we got the moth. And instead of looking on the right here, we're going to look on the left. We're going to have another door. It's a puzzle. So we'll go ahead and reveal the puzzle. We'll come to the left side here. We're going to go ahead and change this twice. So 1, 2, you guys should have this giant animal thing here, whatever that is. And then we're going to come back over here and just click it once. We'll have the unicorn. And once you do that, you should be able to get in the door. And once the door opens, you guys will see this giant painting here. Go ahead and use Revelio, and you will get your 20th and final field guide page. Now that you've gotten all 20 field guide pages in the Library Annex, let's head over to the South Wing. So your first page is going to be found over here in the South Wing. We're going to go down here and take the Clock Tower Courtyard Flue Flame. And after taking this Flue Flame, as soon as you spawn in, if you turn right, you guys will see these gates here. We're going to go inside the gate, and right here you'll have a statue. To grab this one, we're just going to use Leviosa. We can lock onto it. Go ahead and use that spell, and you'll be able to get your first field guide page. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn around, go back outside the gate, and over here we'll have a massive gate that'll lead outside. So we'll head outside, and you guys will see this giant statue here in the middle of this quad. We're going to go on the back side of it, and when you get to the other side, just go ahead and use Revelio, and you'll find your second page right here. Now, our third page is going to be a moth frame. So we're going to head back inside. Once the gate opens up, head back inside and turn left, and we're going to go in this door here. Now, there's a level 1 lock on this door, so you'll have to unlock that first. But once doing that, you can go inside, and you guys will see our moth frame on the wall here. Just use Lumos, it'll light it up, and to get the butterfly, or the moth rather, we're going to go right back outside. Once the gate opens up, we're going to take a right, and right over here in this corner is going to be our moth location. So we can grab our moth here. We'll head back inside. Go back inside the door here and go ahead and throw your moth in the frame. And once you do so, you'll be able to get your next page. Now, after finishing your moth frame, we're going to head back outside the door into the Clock Tower Courtyard here. And all we're going to do is look up. There's going to be a page that's flying around. You guys can see it right there. We'll lock onto it, use Accio, and we'll be able to get our next page. Now, to get our next couple pages, we're going to take the South Wing here, and we're going to click on the Hospital Wing Flue Flame. So go ahead and take that Flue Flame. And once doing so, instead of actually going into the Hospital Wing, we're going to turn around and go back toward the Clock Tower Courtyard. We just want to be on the very top. And essentially, we want to go behind these gears to that giant window. So we'll go down the stairs on the right here, all the way down to this little section. And then you guys will see some more stairs back here that'll lead up to this giant window. And once climbing these stairs right here, turn around and use Revelio facing the gears, and you'll be able to get your next field guide page. Now, after grabbing this one, all you have to do is look to the right. You guys will see we have one of those statues on the wall. So we can come down here, and what we'll want to do is use Confringo. So we'll use Confringo on that statue. It'll send out another page, and then we can use Accio to pull that page in. So there you go. There's your next 2 pages. Now to get our next few pages, we're going to head back over to the hospital wing. So you can take the hospital wing flue flame, or you can just run back up the stairs from where we were at the last page. But once you get here, you'll spawn in front of this green unicorn. Go ahead and use Revelio and you'll get your first page right here in front of the unicorn. Now after grabbing this page, we're going to head into the hospital wing and we will have a flying page. So this one's pretty hard to miss. You guys can see it right here. We'll just use Accio to pull that in. And now you've got your next page. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn around and head back toward the flue flame. And when we take a right here at the flue flame, you guys will see that we have a spiral staircase going down. At the bottom of this staircase, we'll have another statue to which you can use Leviosa. And you'll be able to get your next page. Now, after grabbing the page from this statue, if we turn around, you guys will see a little door here that's going to lead into a bathroom. We can go in this bathroom, and on the left side, we'll have this giant mural. Go ahead and use Revelio in front of this mural, and you'll be able to get your next page. Now, after grabbing this page in the bathroom, we're going to turn around and head right back outside the door. And as soon as you leave the door to your left, you'll see this gold statue. Go ahead and use Revelio in front of this statue, and your next page will be right here. Now, after grabbing the page at the statue here, we're going to head down the spiral staircase right next to it. And as we head down the staircase, once we get to the bottom, we'll go all the way down, you guys will see a turtle shell. All we're going to do is use Revelio in front of the turtle shell here, and you will get your next field guide page. Now, after grabbing the page in the turtle shell, all we have to do is literally just look left, and right here in this area, we're going to have another flying page. So you can lock onto it, use Accio, and that will be your next page. After the flying page, to get our next one, we're going to do a complete 180, and right here next to the turtle shell, we'll have a door with a level 3 lock on it. Once you unlock that lock, come inside, and you'll see a fireplace directly in front of you. We're going to use the spell Glacius on this fireplace. And once the fire goes out, we can go inside. We're then going to head up these stairs here. And when we get to the top of the stairs, we're going to enter a room. So we're at the top. We enter this room. You guys will see we have a little overlook here. And this is where our next statue is going to be. So you can lock onto the statue, use Confringo, and it will shoot out your next field guide page. Now to grab your next page, we're going to go back over to the South Wing flag. And we're going to come down here and take the Faculty Tower Flue Flame. Now, after taking that flue flame, you'll spawn in a hallway. We're just going to head straight all the way to the back. You guys will notice paintings on the right-hand side. At the very end, there's going to be a bull here. If you use Revelio in front of this painting, you will get this page. If you're in the Gryffindor house, this is the very first page that you get when you start the game. So you may already have this one, but if you don't, it'll be right here in front of this painting. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to do a 180 and we're going to go up this spiral staircase. So we'll head up this staircase behind us. And when you get to the top, we're going to take a left. And all the way at the end, you guys will see a painting of a lady, which is actually the entrance to the Gryffindor common room. We'll go ahead and use Revelio, and you'll be able to get your next page here. Now, after grabbing this page, all we're going to do is turn around and head back down the spiral staircase. So if we come back over here, we're going to go down 2 flights of this spiral staircase. Go back down 1 floor, and we're going to go down to the next floor. And once you get to the bottom here, you'll have 1 more set of stairs. And after taking these stairs, we're going to go straight all the way to the back here, and you guys will see this map on the wall. If you use Revelio in front of the map, you'll get your next page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn right, go down the stairs, and we'll take another right. And in this little corner here, we'll have a statue. We'll use Revelio in front of the statue to get our next page. And after grabbing that page, we're just going to do a 180, turn around, and you guys will see the statue in this corner. We'll lock onto that and use Confringo, which will then pop out our next field guide page. Now, after grabbing this page in the statue, we're going to turn around and head back up the stairs toward the map on the wall. Now, if you haven't already unlocked this, you can lock onto this button right here and use Depulso, and that will unlock this as a door. And once you do that once, it'll open every time you get near it. And when you walk inside in the back left here, you're going to have another moth frame. So go ahead and use Lumos on the moth frame if you haven't already. We're going to head back outside the door and take a left, go down the stairs, and then we're going to take another left. And we're going to go into the first door on our left here, which is a bathroom. And the moth is going to be, again, on our left. So walking in, you can use Lumos. The moth will get on your wand. You can head back outside, back to the right, and go back into this door, which will open automatically when you get near it. And then you can just throw this moth in the frame that's in this room. And once doing so, you'll be able to get your next page. Now, after finishing this moth frame, we're going to head back to the bathroom where we got the moth. So go back out the door, take a left down the stairs. Take another left, and you guys can see the bathroom that we went into. We're going to go to the next bathroom. So there's a door over here. In front of this door, use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here in front of this door. Now, to get your next page, we're going to head back over to the Faculty Tower Flue Flame. So click on the South Wing, come down here to the Faculty Tower Flue Flame, and take that. And after taking that, we're going to head down the hallway, and we're going to take our first door on the right. Now, after going through this door, we're going to head up the first flight of stairs here. take a left, go up the next stairs. And once you get to the top, we're going to take a right. And this first door is going to have a level 2 lock on it. Once unlocking that lock, go inside and take a right. And in this back room, there's going to be some bookcases back here. You can go ahead and use Revelio and you'll get your next page right here. Now to get your final field guide page for the South Wing, we're actually going to take the Grand Staircase flag and we're going to come down here and take the Quad Courtyard Flue Flame. Now, after taking this Flue Flame, we're going to work our way up the stairs directly in front of us. You will probably see some other field guide pages in here, but the only one that counts toward the South Wing is the one at the top of the stairs here, which is a statue. We can use Leviosa on this statue, and once doing so, you will get your final field guide page. Now that you've got all 23 field guide pages in the South Wing, it's time to head over to the Great Hall. So to start us off, we're going to go over to the Great Hall, and we're actually going to take the Great Hall Flue Flame. And once taking that Flue Flame, you'll spawn in looking towards the podium. We're going to go toward the middle of the tables here, and right in between these two middle tables, we'll use Revelio, and you'll be able to get your first page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to run right towards this podium in the front. And once we get to the podium, we can then use Revelio once again and get our second page right here. Now, after grabbing these two pages, we're going to turn right and go outside. Now, to get outside, we need to go through these two large double doors over here. So we'll come right over here, go through these double doors. And once we're actually able to get through these doors, we'll be outside in the courtyard. So there we go. They opened up. And once you get outside, you'll see a page that's flying around this statue. We can lock onto this page and use Accio and get our next page right here. Now, after grabbing that page, we're going to walk up to the statue that's directly in front of us, and we're going to use Revelio, and we're going to have another page in front of this statue. So I believe it's on the other side. We'll get it to spawn right here, and there you go. There's your fourth page. Now, after grabbing the page at the statue, we're going to turn around and go back inside the Great Hall. And once entering the door, we're going to take an immediate left and head up some stairs. So we'll go up these stairs here. We're then going to take a right and head up some more stairs. And when we get to the top, we'll take a left, head up this small staircase. And over here, we'll have another dragon statue. We can use Confringo on. And after doing that, you'll get your next page. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn around and go right back down the stairs. So we'll head back down the stairs to where we first came up. When we get down here, we'll take a left. And then we're going to go back through the double doors right at the front of the Great Hall. And as soon as we go through these double doors, we're going to have another set of double doors. We'll go through these, and then in this little room on the right, you guys will see the house points counter. We're going to use Revelio in front of these, and we'll get our next field guide page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn around and head down the stairs behind us. So as we come this way, we'll be towards the Grand Staircase. We're going to go down this spiral staircase to our left here. So as we go down this staircase, once we get to the very bottom, we're going to look on the left side here. There's going to be a picture of some fruit. Now, this is actually a door that we can go through, but if you use Revelio in front of this door, you're going to be able to get a field guide page right here. Now, I already have this one, so it's not going to pop up on the screen, but just use Revelio in front of this door and you'll get another one. Now, to get our next page, we're actually going to go inside this door. If you haven't been in here yet, it'll say Tickle the Pear. All you have to do is press the button it asks you to, and then the door will open and you can go inside. Once going inside, our next page is going to be found in between some tables. So we'll go over here in between two on each side. And once you do so, you'll see some stacked plates. We can use Revelio and your field guide page will pop up right here next to the stacked plates. Now, after grabbing this page, you guys will see in the southeast corner in front of us, we have a bunch of barrels that are stacked on top of each other. We're going to go over here to these barrels. And once you get to the barrels, go ahead and use Revelio and you'll get another field guide page right here. Now, to get our next page, we're going to head back over to the Great Hall and come back and take the Great Hall Flue Flame. And once taking that Flue Flame, we're then going to turn around and go through 3 sets of double doors. So this being our first set, we'll run straight and go through a second set of double doors. And then once again, we'll have our third set of double doors. Now, after going through these doors, all you have to do is look up and you'll have a page that's flying around this room. We can lock onto it, use Accio, and this is where you'll get your next page. Now, after grabbing the floating page, we're going to go down the staircase on the right-hand side. And as we go down one little flight of stairs here, you guys will see a statue. We're going to use Levioso on this statue. And once doing so, you'll be able to get your next field guide page. Now, after using Levioso on the statue, we're going to turn around and continue to head down the stairs. And at the very bottom here on the left, you'll have this giant knight emblem thing. We're going to use Revelio in front of this, and we'll get another page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn around and go through the giant double doors behind us, which is then going to lead us into the courtyard. Now, once entering the courtyard, we're going to go right, go through this archway, and then we're going to take another right. And tucked away in this back right corner is going to be another statue that we can use Levioso on and be able to get our next page. Now, to get our next couple pages, we're going to head down to the boathouse. So take the Great Hall flag and come down here. We'll take the boathouse Flue Flame. And after taking this Flue Flame, we're going to go to the back side. So we'll take a left And then when we get back here, we'll take another left. And all the way at the end, we're going to have a boat that's in the water. We're going to use Revelio in front of this boat. And once doing so, you'll get your next field guide page. Now, once you grab the page in front of the boat, we're going to turn around and go inside the boathouse. And in the very back, we're going to find another dragon statue. We can lock onto that, use Confringo, and we'll be able to get our next page. Now, to get our next page, we're going to head back over to the Great Hall flag, and we're going to come over here and take the Viaduct Courtyard Flue Flame. Now, after taking this Flue Flame, we're going to head down a really small flight of stairs here, and on the right, you guys will see a tree with purple fruit on it. We're going to go just past this tree, and under this overhang here, and over here is a door that's actually an elevator that's going to take us down to the underground harbor. So go ahead and travel to the underground harbor. Now, after you make it to the underground harbor, we can turn around and we're actually going to go to the right side here. And over here in between these boats on these little mini docks, you can use Revelio and you're going to have a page right here. Now, I already have this page and it's actually part of the main quest, Professor Weasley's assignment. So you will need to get this at some point, but it'll be right here on these docks. Now our next page is going to be a moth frame. So we're going to go back over to the Great Hall and back to the Viaduct Courtyard Flue Flame. And after taking this Flue Flame, we're going to head back towards the elevator. So as we pass the tree with the purple fruit, you guys will see the elevator here. We're going to go past this and we're going to take a right up this little staircase. And right at the top of these stairs, you're going to see another moth frame. So go ahead and use Lumos to activate the moth. And once doing so, we'll go left up the stairs. And we'll take a right into the courtyard, and it's actually going to be located in the back right. So we'll go diagonal from where we're standing. And as we go back here, we'll go back under the overhang. And in this back corner, we'll have a statue, and you guys will see the moth is on the wall right next to this statue. So we'll grab the moth right here. And we'll head back diagonal from where we came. And then we'll take a left, go back down the stairs. And all we have to do, as most of you guys know by now, is throw the moth into the frame, and we'll once again get another field guide page. Now to get your next page, we're going to head over to the Grand Staircase flag, and we're going to come down here and take the lower Grand Staircase Flue Flame. Now after taking this Flue Flame, you'll spawn in looking at some stairs. We're going to head down these stairs and take a right. And we're actually just going to follow this path for a second here. So we'll go all the way down the hallway, up some more stairs. We'll take a left, we'll go through a little archway, and once doing so, we're going to take a right. And you guys will see we have a door in front of us. Now, we don't want to go up this set of stairs. We want to go in this door right here, which is a bathroom. And as soon as you enter, go ahead and use Revelio, and you'll get your next page in front of the sink. Now, after you grab this page, we're going to turn around and head back outside the door, and we're going to take a left and head up these stairs. Now, we're going to go all the way to the back, and then we're going to take a left, which will have this long hallway. We're going to end up taking the door that's on our left. It almost just looks like a prison fence. Now this will have a lock on it, so you'll need to unlock that. If you've already been in here, it'll just open up. And we can come down this long hallway and just follow the hallway until you get to a door. We're going to go through that door, and if you take a left, you guys will see a bunch of ghosts having a dance party. They literally just were before I started recording. They're all gone now. But once coming in, you'll see this giant tapestry in the back. We're going to walk up to this. Use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after you grab this page, all we're going to do is turn around and look up, as there's going to be a page that's flying around in this room. So if you guys look up, it'll be somewhere in here. There it is. You can lock onto it, use Accio, and this is where you'll be able to get your next page. Now, after you grab the page that's flying around, we're going to go to the opposite side of the room from the tapestry. So we grabbed a field guide page right here. We're going to turn around and go to the opposite side, and over here in front of these tables, we're just going to use Revelio, and we'll be able to get another page. Now, after you've grabbed this page, we are done in this room. So we're going to go back over here to the exit, and we'll go back through the door that we came through, and we'll follow the passageway all the way back to the entrance to the gate. And once the gate opens up, we're then going to go left. Now we're going to take our first door on the left here. So you guys will see we have another gate. We're going to unlock this. It's got a level 1 unlock. Now, once this gate opens up, we can go inside, and in the back right over here, you guys will see another dragon statue. We can lock on, use Confringo, and we'll get our next page right here. Now, after we've grabbed this one, we're going to turn around and go back outside the gate. We're going to take a left once again, and you guys will see we have another door with a lock. This one is a level 2 lock. So we'll unlock this. Now, once this door opens up, we'll go inside. You'll see it's an abandoned classroom. We're going to head to the desk directly in front of us, use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we're on to our final page, which is the moth frame. We're going to turn around and head back outside the door here, and we're going to go all the way to the end of this hallway. Now, once we get to the very back, we're going to take a right. We're going to head down this hallway, down some stairs, and then we're going to take a left. And then we're going to take another left, and your moth frame is going to be right here before you go through the door. So go ahead and use Lumos on the moth frame to activate it, and then we're going to head back to where we just came from. So we'll go back around the corner, up the stairs, all the way to the back. Take a left, And then right before you get to this giant painting on the wall on the right, you guys will see our moth just hanging out here on the wall. So we can use Lumos to grab him, turn around and head back this direction, take a right, back down the stairs, take a left, and then another left, back to our moth frame. Go ahead and throw this guy inside. And once doing so, you will get your final field guide page. Now that you've gotten all 24 pages here in the Great Hall, let's head over to the Grand Staircase. All right, so to get our first page, we're going to take the Grand Staircase, and we're going to go up here to the Trophy Room Flue Flame. Now, after taking this Flue Flame, you'll spawn in looking at this giant troll-looking thing. We're going to go ahead and use Revelio, and we'll get our first page here. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn around and head down the hallway directly behind us. So we'll go all the way through this room and down the hallway, and then we're going to turn left. And as we come around the corner here, we're going to have this cool case with centaur and armor on. We're going to use Revelio in front of this, and we'll be able to get our second page. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to turn right and head over here. And right next to this guy on the horse, we're going to have a little house elf in armor. We're going to use Revelio right here, and we'll get our next page. Now, after picking up this page, we're going to do a 180, and we're going to go back into this room. And there's going to be a giant spiral thing on the left side here. We're going to use Revelio in front of this thing. We'll be able to get our next page right here. Now, after snagging that page, we're going to turn around, and behind us, we're going to have some trophies on a cabinet here. We're going to use Revelio in front of the trophies, and now you've got this page. Now, after scooping up this page, we're going to head to our next page. We'll head to the right here, and we're going to take another right, and we're going to head up these stairs towards the headmaster's office and lounge. So you're going to have to go up for a good bit here. We'll travel through this hallway, and once we get to the end of this hallway, we'll have some more stairs. And what do you know? At the top of these stairs, we've got some more stairs. So we'll go up these spiral stairs. Again, we're just going all the way up to the top here. So if you see stairs, take them. Now that we're at the top, we'll have another door here. We can go through this door. And if we take a right, we'll have another door. And if you don't already have this open, you just need to make it to the headmaster's office to get the key. We're going to head up more stairs because definitely these are great. And then when you get to the top of this staircase, we're going to take a left, go up a couple more stairs, and here you will have the podium with the list of names of people that go to Hogwarts. Just use Revelio here, and you'll be able to get the next one. All right, now after grabbing this page, we're going to turn around and unfortunately head back down to the bottom of this spiral staircase. So apologies if you're getting dizzy, because I sure am. But as we make our way to the bottom of this staircase, we're going to go back outside the door and head through this half circle hallway. You guys will see that we have a moth mirror here that we'll do here in a second. But before we grab that right here at the entrance to this next spiral staircase, we're going to use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. All right, so after you get that one, we're going to turn to the right and go ahead and use Lumos to activate this moth frame. Now we got to go for a hike to get this one. So we're going to turn around. We're going to go back through this door here, and then we're going to want to go all the way to the bottom of these stairs. We'll run all the way down, continue to go down. And once you get to the bottom, we're going to take a left here. And as soon as we get to the end, we'll take another left. And right as you're going down the spiral staircase, you guys will see on this first little star thing is where our moth is going to be. He's just hanging out on the top. So you can pick him up right here. And then we'll turn around, head back up all the stairs. And as long as you got Lumos going, you won't lose this moth. And then once you get back to the top, back through the door, take a left, and your moth frame will be right here. Go ahead and toss this guy inside, and it'll give you your next field guide page. Now, after we finish the moth frame, we're going to turn left, and we'll have another spiral staircase that we're going to work our way to the top of. And once you get up here to the top of the staircase, you're going to see a clock and a bench right next to it. We're going to use Revelio in front of this bench, and we're going to get our next page. Now, after we grab this one, we're going to continue into the headmaster's office. And once we walk inside on the right side, you guys will see a glass sorting hat over here. Just go ahead and use Revelio in front of this, and you'll be able to get your next page. Now, to get our next page, we're going to head back over to the Grand Staircase flag and come down here, and we're going to take the Ravenclaw Tower Flue Flame. Now, after taking that Flue Flame, you're going to spawn in looking at a stairwell. We're going to go into this stairwell, and we're actually going to go up, and we're going to be watching the wall on our right for a sculpture of a head of a guy with a beard. So as we work our way up, you'll see him here. Once you're here, just use Revelio and you'll be able to get your next page. Now, after grabbing this page at the sculpture, we're going to continue to work our way up the stairs towards the Ravenclaw common room. And once we get to the top, we'll have another little set of stairs with a door. We'll walk up to this door, use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, to get our next page, we're going to head back over to the Grand Staircase, and we're going to come back down here and take the Ravenclaw Tower Flue Flame. And after taking that flue flame, instead of going down or up these stairs this time, we're going to go down. So we're going to head down all the way to the very bottom of this spiral staircase. And when we get to the base, we're going to have another moth frame. So we can walk up to this, pull out Lumos and use that to activate the moth. And we're going to head back up to where the flue flame was. So if we run back up the stairs, we'll go back. We're looking for that room with green wallpaper. So once we're in here, we'll come in here, take a right. And right here on the wall is going to be your moth. So we can snag him right here. Work our way back down the stairs to the base. And once we get down here, we can lock this guy in. And we'll get our next field guide page. For our next page, we'll head back over to the grand staircase and come down here and once again take the Ravenclaw Tower flue flame. And once you spawn in, instead of going to the spiral staircase this time, we're going to turn around and head toward the grand staircase. Now, once you get here, you'll have a Levioso statue that you'll use a Levioso on. And once you do, you'll get your next field guide page. Now, for your next page, we're going to come over here and again take the grand staircase flag. And we're going to come up here and take the grand staircase tower flue flame. Now, after taking this flue flame, we're going to take a right and go onto the grand staircase. And we're going to go right again and head up. Now, eventually, we're going to get to the very top of this grand staircase. And once you do, you guys will see in front of you, we have one of those dragon statues. What we'll do is we'll use Confringo, and then we can use Accio to pull the page in once it spawns, and you'll have your next page. Now, after you've grabbed that one, we're going to turn around and head back down the stairs towards the little platform with the flue flame. Now, once we're here where the flue flame's at, we're going to head down 2 flights of stairs, and at the base of the second flight, we're going to be able to find our next page. So we're going to continue to head down here. Now we're at the bottom of the first section. We're going to go down another flight of stairs. And once we get to the bottom of this flight of stairs, we're going to have a platform area. You guys can see here we have this little platform area. Go ahead and use Revelio and the page is going to pop up right here in front of you. Now, after you grab this page, we're going to take a right and continue to head down the staircase. And we're going to go down one more flight here. And when we get down here to this little platform area, we're going to try to just hang out. There should be a page that's flying around this area. What you want to do is use Revelio and look for the blue page. So generally it's going to be below you. So let's see, where's it at? Am I tripping? Where'd it go? Oh, so there it is. Right now it is currently below me and it is flying around down there and it'll slowly work its way up. So if you keep using Revelio, you'll see it'll take off. It'll work its way up here. And once it does, it'll fly over to the right side. You can lock onto it, use Accio, and this is how you'll get your next page. For our next page, we're going to click on the grand staircase once again, and this time we're going to come down here and take the grand staircase flue flame. Now, after taking this flue flame, we're going to go right and head down the spiral staircase, and as we work our way down, we're going to stumble upon a cabinet with a book here in the front of it. So we're going to use Revelio right here, and we'll get our next page right here. Now, after we've picked up this page, we're going to continue to head down the spiral staircase here. And once we get to the bottom, you'll come across this room with barrels. We're going to go inside and we're going to take a right. And in the back of this room, we're going to have a bunch of barrels stacked on top of each other. Right here, use Revelio and you'll be able to get your next page. Now for our next one, we're going to come back over to the grand staircase flag and we're going to come down here and take the grand staircase flue flame. Now after taking this flue flame, we're going to turn around and actually head into the grand staircase and we're going to work our way up. So we'll go over this little platform here onto the outside and we're going to go up one little flight here. And when we get to the top, we're going to take a right at this arch. And just inside this arch, we're going to have this witch statue. Go ahead and use Revelio and you'll be able to get your next page. Now for our next page, we're going to come back down here to the grand staircase flue flame. And after taking this flue flame, this time we're going to head up the stairs that are right in front of us. And once we get to the top, just to the right, you guys will see this statue. We're going to use Revelio in front of the statue and we'll get our next page. Now after we grab this page, we're going to turn around and we're going to head into these double doors on the right here. And once we go through these double doors, if you look to your right, you'll have another moth frame. We're going to use Lumos, and once using Lumos to activate the moth, we'll go through these double doors into the Great Hall, and we're going to work our way all the way to the back behind the professor's tables. So as we work our way all the way back here, I'll use Revelio so you guys can see where it's at, but we'll go behind the tables, use Lumos, snag this little moth guy, and we're going to head back through the Great Hall double doors. And on our left, we're going to throw this moth into the frame. And once doing so, you'll get your next page. For our next page, we're going to go back over to the grand staircase flag, and we're going to come down here and take the lower grand staircase flue flame. Now, after taking this flue flame, we're going to head down the stairs that are in front of us, and we're going to take a left and work our way up this staircase. At the top of these stairs, we're going to have this really cool statue. We can use Revelio in front of the statue and get our next page. Now, after we grab the page at the statue, we're going to turn around and head back down the stairs. And in the back right corner of this little room, we're going to enter the scriptorium. Now, if you don't have this entrance, it's because you haven't completed the side quest in the shadow of the study, which is one of Sebastian's missions. It's actually the one where you learn Crucio. So if you haven't made it that far, just follow Sebastian's quest line, do everything he asks you to do, and you'll be able to get into the scriptorium. And once we're in here, we're going to go straight. We're going to head down the stairs over here. And once we do, we'll turn right. And in the middle of this carpet, we'll be able to get our next field guide page. Now to get to our next page, we're going to take the grand staircase and we're going to come down here and take the quad at Courtyard Flue-Flame. Now, after taking this Flue-Flame, all you need to do is look up and to your left, and we're going to have one of those little dragon statues. We'll go ahead and use Confringo. And then once the field guide page pops out, we can use Accio and pull it towards us, and there's your next one. Now, all that we need to do to get our final field guide page is to look up, as we're going to have a page that's flying around this courtyard. All we got to do is lock onto it, use Accio, and there you go. You've got all 26 of your pages. Now that you've got all 26 pages in the grand staircase, it's time to head over to Hogsmeade. Keep in mind that some of the buildings here in Hogsmeade require main quest progression to unlock. So if there's a building that you can't get into and there's no lock on it, you most likely need to complete some more of the main story. Without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, guys, so to start finding these pages, we're actually going to start on the far southern side of Hogsmeade, and we're going to start right at the entrance to Hogsmeade at this bridge. Once you get to this bridge, our first page location is going to be right here on the left lamp. So you use Revelio, it'll pop the page out, and you go ahead and scoop that real quick. Now, after collecting the first page, we're going to move across the bridge and go into Tomes and Scrolls that's here on the left. Now, before you go in the building, if you guys look up and to the left, you guys will find a page that's flying just outside of the building. We'll lock onto that really quick, use Accio, and we'll get our second page. Now, after getting that second page, we're going to go in our first building here, which is Tomes and Scrolls, to which we're going to have 2 pages. Our first one's going to be on the left-hand side here. You guys can see we're going to use Revelio, and it'll pop up in front of this bookshelf. And after collecting this page, all we need to do is look up, as we're going to have another page in here that's flying around. So we can use Accio again, and we'll get our next page. Now, after we're done in Tomes and Scrolls, we're going to head right back outside the door. And across the street here, you guys are going to see a stack of cauldrons. Our next page is going to be found right here in front of these cauldrons. So make sure you use Revelio, and you can collect this one. After collecting this page, we're then going to turn left and head up the street over here to Ollivander's Wand Shop. So as you get up here, you guys will see we're going to have a Revelio page right outside. So go ahead and use Revelio. It'll pop up and you can grab this one. Now, after leaving Ollivander's, we're going to head over to Hogshead. So we're going to go up this set of stairs over here and go left. And you guys can use Revelio. You're going to have a page that's flying around. As you guys can see, it's right here. I'll use Accio. Grab this. This one flies around this building right in front of me. So it might go around the back and come back. But you can just use Revelio right here and it will pop up. We're going to continue on our way over to Hogshead. I've marked it on the map so that it's a little bit easier to find. But we'll head down this direction. All the way around the back. And you can go in the back or the front. It really doesn't matter. And once you go inside, we're going to go to the main bar area. You guys are going to see this giant hog behind the bar. If you use Revelio, you guys will see our next page. Spawns right in front of him. Now, after collecting this page, we're going to go right back to the back room and go out the back door. Back to the docks here. And on the docks, just use Revelio. You guys are going to have another page right here by this stack of boxes. Now, after collecting this page, we're then going to turn around and head back toward the middle. So we'll go in between these 2 buildings and right up the street here. And as we work our way this way, you're going to find this wheelbarrow right here. We're going to use Revelio in front of this wheelbarrow, and you guys will see our next field guide page is directly behind it by these plants. So you can go ahead and pick that one up. Now, after collecting this one, we're going to turn around and head to J. Pippin's Potions. So we can continue up this staircase here, and we can go through this fence, and we're going to go inside of J. Pippin's Potions. And our next one is going to be found right here in front of this potion station. So use Revelio and your next page will pop up. After collecting this page, we're going to head over to the 3 broomsticks. So we're going to head outside the front door, and I've marked it on the map so it's a little easier to find. We are going to follow the purple lines here. So we're going to go up here, go down the street, and work our way into the 3 broomsticks pub. But before we go inside, we're going to have a Revelio page. It's located right here in front of these barrels. So we'll go ahead and snag that really quick. And then we'll move our way over to the front side here, go inside. And once you're inside, you guys can see in front of this fireplace, we're once again going to use Revelio, and we'll get our next page. Now, once you've collected this page, we're going to head upstairs. So we're going to turn around, and you guys can see over here that we have a staircase, and we're going to go all the way to the top floor. So we're going to continue to follow this staircase all the way to the top. And once you get to the very top, there's going to be a locked door with, I believe, a level 1 lock on it. I already have it unlocked, but if you don't, you'll need Alhambra. You can go inside, and if you use Revelio, you guys will see our next page in front of this fireplace. Now, after gathering this page, we're going to go all the way back downstairs. So I'm going to turn around, go right back out the door, and we're going to go all the way to the bottom. And what we're going to end up doing is going to the joke shop that's directly across the street. And once you get all the way back down to the first floor, you're then going to go out the front door right here. And the joke shop is right up the stairs here. You guys can see Zonkos. Go ahead and cast Revelio, and you guys will find your next page right in front of the door here. After grabbing that page, we're then going to go inside of Zonkos, and if you use Revelio on this back shelf here, you guys will see our next page pop up. So after grabbing this page, we're then going to turn around and we're going to go upstairs because we're going to have another page upstairs. So we'll head up the staircase here, and once you get up the staircase, come over here by this door. Go ahead and use Revelio. You guys will see our next page is right here on the right side. Now our next page is going to be found just outside at a water well. So we're going to go out the front door here and we're going to take a left up the hill. And right here on the left side, you guys will find the well. Go ahead and use Revelio, and you can go ahead and grab this page. Now after collecting the page at the well, all you need to do is look up and you guys will see that we have another page that's kind of just flying in this area. Once it comes back in sight, just use Accio and you can go ahead and grab that one. Next, we're going to head over to the Wizardware shop, which is just to our right. So we'll go over here under this bridge and we're going to take a left. And as you guys can see here at the Wizardware shop, if you use Revelio, you're going to have a field guide page right outside the main door. Now, after collecting this page, we're then going to go inside. And as soon as you enter, look to the right, you'll see this mannequin. Go ahead and use Revelio again, and you'll get yourself another page. Now, after collecting this page, we're going to go in the room directly in front of us here, and you guys will find this skeleton. We're going to go ahead and use Revelio again, and we'll get another field guide page right here. Now, after this page, we're going to head outside the door here and head over to Hogsmeade Square, which is directly in front of us. We're going to have another house here that we're going to go inside of. So once we go inside this house, you guys will see it's going to be located right here where these three cats are. So go ahead and use Revelio and you can grab the next page. We're then going to turn around and go right back outside the door we just came in. And once you come back outside, you guys are going to find a giant statue that's located by this tree. We're going to come up to this statue here, go ahead and use Revelio, and you will get your next page. Now after this one, we're going to go into the post shop. So all you have to do is turn around and the post shop is going to be this building right here behind us. So once we go inside this door, you guys can see if you use Revelio, you'll get your next page right here. After grabbing this one, we're then going to turn around and go right back outside and head over next door to the tea shop. So once leaving the door, if you go right, we'll go into the next building here. And as soon as you enter, take a left, and on this back wall over here by using Revelio, you'll be able to get your next field guide page. Now after this page, we're then going to turn around, go back outside and head over to Honeydukes, which is again right next door. You guys can see the Honeydukes sign here. On the right hand side, if you use Revelio, you guys will get your next page here. Now after grabbing that one, we're going to head inside the candy shop. And as we walk down the main area here, we're going to turn left and you'll see a poster that says Fizzing Whizbees. Go ahead and cast Revelio right here and you'll get your next page. Now after this one, we'll continue to go into the candy shop, and over here in the back, you guys are going to see a cauldron. Go ahead and use Revelio in front of this cauldron and you will be able to get your next page. For our next page, we're going to head over to the northwestern side of Hogsmeade to the Magic Neep. The quickest way here is to take the West Hogsmeade Flue Flame, which is what we did. And from this Flue Flame, all we're going to do is cross this little bridge here and head up to the shop. Now at this place, the shop owner is sitting outside. Our page is going to be located right beside him. So go ahead and use Revelio and you'll be able to get this page here. Now after grabbing this one, we're going to head to the house up on the hill. So I'll open up the map to show you where it's at. Right here is where we are at the Magic Neep. And what we're going to do is head northeast up here to this house called the Old Fool. So you can mark it to make it easier to figure out how to get there. But essentially all we're going to do is work our way up this hill. So we'll run off this way and we'll continue on as we have to go all the way around this hill. And once we get to the stairs, we'll just continue up. And once you get to the house, this page is going to be found at the front of the house. So once you get up here, you can go ahead and use Revelio and you guys will see it pop up right next to the front door. After grabbing this page, we're going to head over to Dogweed and Deathcap, which if you look at the map is just east of the building that we're currently at now. So leaving the map, you can mark it to get there a little bit quicker if you don't know where you're going, but we're just going to head over this hill here. And our next page is actually going to be found inside of the shop. When you get up to the shop, go into the front door. And here at the front desk, you can go ahead and use Revelio and get your next page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we're going to head right back outside, and there's going to be a page that's flying around above this building. So we'll turn around here. You guys can look up. You guys can see it. I'll go ahead and mark it here. It's flying around. All we're going to do is use Accio and pull that guy in. Now, after grabbing this one, we're going to go right back inside of Dogweed and Deathcap, and you guys will see that we have a moth picture right here. If you haven't already, make sure that you do use Lumos to show the location. And after doing that, all we have to do is go right back outside. And if you want to see exactly where this moth is located, it's on top of the hill behind this building. You guys can use Revelio and see it pop up there. So I'm going to jump over this stuff, climb this rock here, climb another rock, and it's going to be right here on this chimney. So go ahead and use Lumos again. You'll get the moth to follow you, and you can work your way back down the hill. Go back into the shop, and then go ahead and throw him into the picture here. Once you do, it'll give you your next page. Now after that one, we're going to head back down into the town to Spintwitch's sporting needs, and we can use the fast travel right next to it, South Hogsmeade Flue Flame. Once using that Flue Flame, all we're going to do is go inside our shop here. So we'll go around to the front door, go inside, and once you're inside, right here on the left is going to be your next field guide page. For our next page, we're going to head over to Broden Peck on the northern side of Hogsmeade. The quickest way here is to take the North Hogsmeade Flue Flame, and after taking that Flue Flame, all we got to do is take a left, work our way up the hill here, and once you go inside, your field guide page is going to be on the right side. So you can use Revelio. You guys can see it popping up right here, and you can go ahead and grab that. Now our next page is going to be right outside. You may have seen it as we ran in, but when you leave the door, turn left, you guys will see we've got a page just flying around out here above this bridge. It's going to go under the bridge as well. You can lock onto it, and once it comes back up, go ahead and use Accio, and you can grab that one. For our next page, we're going to head back down to the southern side of Hogsmeade. Now, the location is actually going to be right near the bridge in the backyard of these two houses. So the quickest way here is to take the South Hogsmeade Flue Flame. And after taking this Flue Flame, instead of going all the way down the street here, we can kind of just take the shortcut to the backside. You guys can see it just floating overhead here. So get close enough, lock onto it, use Accio, and you can grab this page. So our next page is actually going to be found across the street. You guys can see I've already marked the exact location here, but it's going to be in the backyard behind these few houses. So if we just cross the street right here, we can come over here and find the next one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the fence, go around here in between these two buildings. And we can go again in between these buildings right here. We're on the back side, and as you work your way behind these houses, you guys will see your next flying page right here. So go ahead and use Accio, and you can get that one. So for our next page location, we're going to head over here to the west side of town by this West Hogsmeade Flue Flame, and we're actually going to go just left. You guys can see there's a couple trees out here. If you place a marker right here near these trees and take this Flue Flame, all you're going to do is turn left, and you guys will see that right here at the bridge, this page is flying under the bridge and coming back out. So we can use Accio here, grab that guy, and we're good to go. Now our next page is going to end up being in an alleyway. We're going to go down here and take the South Hogsmeade Flue Flame, but you guys can see I've already marked the alleyway where we're going to want to be. So it's in between these houses right here. So you can put down a marker right here, go ahead and take this Flue Flame. And when you spawn in, all we have to do is kind of work our way down the street here, and you guys will see we've got a floating page at the top of these stairs. So you can come up here, lock onto it, use Accio, and you've got yourself the next page. Our next page is going to be another page flying above a bridge. We're actually going to go to the bridge that's up here. So this is the northern bridge. The quickest way here is to take the West Hogsmeade Flue Flame. And once you take that Flue Flame, we'll see our first bridge. And we're going to go up to the second bridge up there. So I'm going to jump over this really quick and head up the stream. And once you get up here, you guys should start to see your page flying around. It's right here in front of me. We'll lock onto that, use Accio, and you've got your next page. Now for our next location, we're going to get two flying pages. The first thing you want to do is take the North Hogsmeade Flue Flame. So we'll take that Flue Flame, and once you spawn in, we're going to take a left, which we're going to find a little bridge area with a pond next to it. Our first one's going to be on the left side here. So this is the closest one to us. If you turn left right here at the building, you guys will see this one floating around. We can lock onto it, use Accio, and go ahead and snag that one. And then immediately turn around. I'm sure you guys saw it. It's going to be hovering over this little pond over here. We'll work our way a little bit closer to it so that we can lock on. Use Accio, and now we've got these two pages. Now our next page location is going to be found just south at the Steepley and Sons Tea Shop. It's going to be flying around their building. So once again, you can take the North Hogsmeade Flue Flame if you need to, and it's going to be just south of here. You guys can see the building here. If you need to, you can use Revelio. It'll probably show the page. For me, it's right here in the back, but it just flies around the building. You can lock onto it, use Accio, and you've got your next page. Our next flying page is going to be found on the southern side of Hogsmeade. So you guys can see that we have a little cluster of trees down here in the open. We're going to put down a marker right here, and all you'll need to do is take the South Hogsmeade Flue Flame. Once taking that Flue Flame, just turn around, and we're going to head toward that cluster of trees. Now, as you get closer, you guys will start to see the page. For me, I don't see it right now, so I'm going to go ahead and use Revelio. There it is. It's flying right here in between the trees. So you can lock onto it, go ahead and use Accio, and you've got your next page. Our next page is going to be found on the northeast side of town. It's actually going to be almost outside of the entire town. There is a small house out here that there's a page flying around. So the quickest way there is to come down here and take the North Hogsmeade Flue Flame. Once you take that Flue Flame, we're just going to work our way up this path here. And you guys can already see the page flying from here on the left side of the house. And it'll just fly around back here. We'll get close to it, lock on, use Accio, and we've got our next page. Now our next page location is going to be once again over here by the Magic Neep. We are going to have a field guide page flying above his shop. So what we're going to do is come down here, take the West Hogsmeade Flue Flame, and once we do, work our way across this bridge. And if you guys look up above the building here, you may be able to see it flying around. There it is. If you can't find it, just use Revelio. It'll turn blue. You'll be able to see it pretty easily. But lock onto it. It is moving extremely quick. Grab Accio and you should get it. Now our next page is going to be found on the far northern side of the town, back up by the old fool's house. Now that we got the first field guide page on the front, there's going to be one that's flying around this area. So the quickest way there is to go over here to the North Hogsmeade Flue Flame, and you can just work your way up here. And once you get close, as you work your way up the stairs on the right, you guys will see it's kind of just hovering around these rocks over here. Again, use Accio, and you'll be able to get that page. Now, our next flying page is going to be found on the northeastern side of town. There's actually a giant water wheel up here, and there's going to be a page that's flying around this wheel. So the quickest way here is to take the North Hogsmeade Flue Flame, and after taking that Flue Flame, we'll turn left, and we'll work our way up there. You guys can already see the page from here, but once you get up here, we'll cross this little bridge, and we'll turn right, go up the hill here. And once you get close enough, you'll be able to lock onto that page and use Accio to pull it in. So I can lock on now and grab it just like that. So for our next page, we're going to head over to the West Hogsmeade Flue Flame right here. And we're actually going to go just south. We're going to have a moth painting that's located in between these two houses right here. So you can place a marker right here, take this Flue Flame. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn around, head down the stairs. And when we get to this wheelbarrow right here, we're going to take a right. And we're going to continue over this wall, and just around this corner here is going to be your first moth painting. Now go ahead and use Lumos, and what we're going to do is turn around and continue around the back side of these buildings. And the moth is going to be on the other side of this building. So I'll use Revelio to show you, but we're just going to go on the other side of this building here, and it's sitting here on these boxes. We'll go ahead and use Lumos once again to grab him. And then we'll go all the way back around here, if it'll let me make it through. Careful about jumping here. I would recommend going around the wall here just so you don't risk losing them and having to go back to get them. Come right back over here to your painting and throw them in there. And after doing so, you'll get your next field guide page. Our next page is going to be found down here right next to the South Hogsmeade Flue Flame, and again, another moth painting. So go ahead and take this Flue Flame, and as soon as you spawn, we're going to turn right, and right here on the back side of this building is going to be our painting. So go ahead and use Lumos. And all we're going to do is turn around, and we're going to go towards these bushes in between these two buildings. And on the right side, you guys are going to see some boxes. Our moth is going to be on this box. So we'll go ahead and pick them up. Go back in between our two buildings, back over to the painting. Go ahead and throw them in there. And you'll get your next field guide page. Now our next page is again another moth painting, and this one's actually really easy. It's going to be located on the northeastern side of town up by that water well. So the quickest way there is again to take the North Hogsmeade Flue Flame. And once you do, we're just going to work our way up the path once again to the water wheel. What did I say? Water well? We're going up here to the giant wheel, and we're going to go inside this house. Now, the moth painting is going to be just inside to the left here. Come inside, go ahead and use Lumos. And once you do, the moth is going to be right outside down the hill here. So if you come down the hill, you guys will already see it on top of this lamppost right here. We'll walk up to the lamppost, go ahead and grab the moth. Turn around, go back inside. Again, try to do it without jumping. And then throw him in there. And once again, you will be rewarded with another field guide page. Now, this next location is one that's pretty hard for people to find. This one's going to be located northwest of the Magic Neep. So what you want to do is come over here and take the West Hogsmeade Flue Flame and work your way up to the Magic Neep. And once you're at the shop, you want to turn left and go up toward that rock formation. As you get close to it, you guys will start to see one flying. A lot of people tend to not be able to find this because you have to work your way up here for it to actually appear. Go ahead and use Accio. You'll be able to grab that. And there you go. Our 55th and final location is going to be found all the way back up here again at the Old Fool. We're going to have a moth painting inside. I don't think sometimes it spawns, so you guys can't see it when you use Revelio outside the building. So you'll have to make sure that you go inside for it to show up. But once you're in here, make sure that you use Lumos. And this one's pretty easy, is all we got to do is go right outside. Go behind the building here, and on the back side of the building, you guys can see on this box, is going to be our last moth. So if I can get him to jump on here, sometimes he may glitch out. Go ahead and use Lumos once again. And head back over to the front door, go inside, and throw him here into your last moth painting. And once again, you will be given your final field guide page.
Now that you've gotten all 55 field guide pages here in Hogsmeade, it's time to hit the Highlands.
Now to get our first page, we're going to start on the northern side of the map up here in North Ford Bog, and we're going to come over here to the Pit upon Ford Flue Flame. Now after taking this Flue Flame, once we spawn in, we're going to head right, and we're going to work our way towards this bridge. I'm going to hop on my broomstick to save a couple seconds, but once you get to the bridge, we'll go across. And then we're going to go to the right. And once we go to the right over here, you guys will see a sign before we get to another bridge. We're going to use Revelio in front of this sign and we'll get our first field guide page. Now to get our second page, we're going to head east and we're going to come over here to the East North Ford Bog Flue Flame. Now after taking this Flue Flame, our next location is actually going to be just north, right here on my screen. Now I'll make this very clear at the beginning of the video. If you've been in the area and you've used Revelio, the field guide page emblem will pop up and you can mark it and it'll make it way easier to find. However, if you haven't used Revelio in this area, this marker won't pop up on your map. So you need to just place a regular marker. So again, just going north from the East North Ford Bog, our location is going to be just behind this set of 3 trees near some boats. So just mark over there, take this Flue Flame. Once doing so, we can exit the little hut that we spawn in and head towards the marker that you placed in the back. Now, once we get back here, you guys will see that we have a little miniature castle. We're going to go behind this castle. And again, we're going to be looking for 2 miniature boats. We'll fly behind the castle here. And once we do, you guys will see a little section of water with a small little dock. And here are our 2 boats. We'll walk up here on this little dock, use Revelio, and we'll get our next field guide page. Now to get our third page, we're going to head southeast and we're going to come over here to the Fallbarton Castle Flue Flame and we're going to take that Flue Flame, and the location is actually going to be over here in a tavern in the middle of this giant castle. So go ahead and take the Fallbarton Castle Flue Flame, and after taking that Flue Flame, I'm going to hop on my broomstick and we're going to fly over the castle walls. Now you may have to fight some enemies down here if you haven't been here yet, but once we get over the wall, we're going to head this way. And right over here is going to be our rundown tavern. We'll go inside and there'll be a table here. We can use Revelio and you'll be able to get your next page. Now for our fourth page, we're going to come over here and take the East Hogsmeade Valley Flue Flame. And what we're going to do is head south, and there's going to be a small little building down here that we're going to get our next field guide page. So if you need to place a marker next to these 2 trees, go ahead and take the Flue Flame here, East Hogsmeade Valley. And after taking that Flue Flame, we'll walk outside the door, hop on our broomstick, and immediately fly past these 2 giant trees right here in front of us. Now, once we get to the other side of the trees, you guys will see the little building that I was talking about. And over here on the right side of the building, you guys will see we have this little plant area. Go ahead and use Revelio in front of the plants, and you'll be able to get your next page. Now, our next page is going to be found just south of Hogsmeade on the ledge here. There's an overlook in this area. So if you place a marker down just southeast of Hogsmeade, we're then going to go into the Hogsmeade map. And we're going to come down here and take the South Hogsmeade Flue Flame. Now, after taking that Flue Flame, all we need to do is turn around and we're going to leave the actual town itself. And as we do, we'll be able to follow this path and through this wooden gate. And all we need to do is continue to follow this path. And it's going to lead us all the way up here to this overlook. Now, once we get to the top of the stairs, your field guide page will be on the left over here by this bench. Go ahead and use Revelio, and you'll get your next page. Now, after grabbing this page, we actually don't need to take a Flue Flame, as our next field guide page is located in the small town that's just at the bottom of this overlook. So what we'll do is go back to where we just got our last field guide page. And unfortunately, we can't hop on our broom because we're technically still in Hogsmeade, and you don't want to jump off because you don't want to risk dying. So come over here to the side, jump off here. And once you're down here, you can then hop on your broomstick. Actually, no, we got to go a little bit lower. So come down here. And once you're down here, you're officially back in the valley. You can hop on your broomstick. And we're just going to follow the train tracks into this town. Now, once we get into the town, we're going to go to the left. And right here in front of these stairs, we're going to see Hogsmeade Station. Go ahead and use Revelio right in front of the door, and you'll be able to get your next field guide page. Now, to get our 7th page, we're going to head west, and we're going to come all the way over here to the Forbidden Forest Flue Flame. Now, if you guys look just to the east of the Forbidden Forest, we have these ruins. Our next field guide page is going to be on the hill just north of those ruins. So if you don't have the emblem, just put a marker down in this area. Come down here and take the Forbidden Forest Flue Flame, and then we're just going to fly toward the marker that we just placed. So essentially, we'll fly on the edge of the forest here, And once we get past these trees and work our way up this hill, you guys will notice that we have some people up here flying kites, as well as 2 wooden seats. Now, these people flying kites won't always be up here, so look out for these seats right here, as these will always be here. And once you're up here, you can just use Revelio in front of them, and you'll be able to get your next field guide page. Now, to get our next page, we're going to head north of Hogsmeade, and we're going to come over here to Upper Hogsfield. So we'll have the Upper Hogsfield Flue Flame over here. We're going to take that Flue Flame, and the location of our next page is actually going to be in the very back of the town, inside of a little bar. So go ahead and take the Upper Hogsfield Flue Flame. And after doing so, we'll hop on our broomstick and we're going to work our way to the northern side of the town. Now, as we fly over here, you guys will see the biggest building in the back. We're going to go in the door on the left side over here by these giant barrels. And once we walk in this little doorway, you guys will see the bar that I was talking about. Go ahead and use Revelio and you'll be able to get your next page here. Now, for our next page, we're going to head over to Arrynshire. Now, for those of you who don't know, Arrynshire is just east of the Hogwarts Castle. So if you come over here, we'll have the Arrynshire Flue Flame. Go ahead and take that Flue Flame, and once doing so, we're going to turn right, and over here we're going to have this giant cage. In front of this cage, you can use Revelio, and we'll get our next page right here. Now, to get our 10th page, we're going to go just south of the Hogwarts Castle to Lower Hogsfield, and we'll go ahead and take the Lower Hogsfield Flue Flame. The location of our next field guide page is going to be at the top of the hill just north in the little hut. So we'll go ahead and put a marker down in this area if you don't have the field guide page marker. And come down here and take the Lower Hogsfield Flue Flame. And after doing so, we'll hop on our broomstick and we're just going to follow the path that's in front of us. If you follow this path all the way up the hill, as we get to where the path splits, you guys will see the hut right in front of us. Once we get up here, we can go inside. I believe there may be a lock on this door, so you may need Alahomor to get in. But once you're inside on this back table here, we'll go ahead and use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, for our next page, we're going to continue to head south, and we're going to come down here to the West Hogwarts Valley Flue Flame. And our next page is actually going to be found up on top of the hill that's right next to this Flue Flame. So go ahead and take the West Hogwarts Valley Flame. And once doing that, hop on your broomstick and we're just going to fly up and to the right here. You guys will see on our right hand side, we have this giant mountain. We're going to fly all the way to the top of it. And once we get up above the rocks, you guys will see we have this little town area here. We'll go under this little overhang, and inside here, we can go ahead and use Revelio, and we'll be able to get our next page right here. Now, for our 12th page, we're going to head east, and we're going to come over here to the Central Hogwarts Valley Flue Flame, and the page location is going to be just west of this Flue Flame by some cool stacks of rock. So go ahead and take this Flue Flame, and once doing so, you'll spawn in a hut. We're going to walk outside, and after you leave the little hut, hop on your broomstick, and we're going to go around the building, and we're going to go past the giant tree and across the river. And as we get over here, you guys will notice the little stacked rocks that I was talking about in a circle. We're going to come right over here and we'll use Revelio by the rocks, and we'll be able to get our next field guide page. Now, to get our next page, we're going to continue to move east, and we're going to come over here to Brockborough. Now, we'll take the Brockborough Flue Flame that's here, and the location of this field guide page is going to be by a scarecrow in a garden. So go ahead and take the Brockborough Flue Flame, and once doing so, hop on your broomstick, and we're going to fly over towards this house. And as you guys can see, in between both of these little houses, we have a garden with a scarecrow. We can land, go ahead and use Revelio, and you'll be able to get your next field guide page. Now, for our next page, we're going to head down to Keenbridge. Now, down here at the Keenbridge Flue Flame, we actually have 3 pages that are located in this town. So go ahead and take the Keenbridge Flue Flame, and once you spawn in, we're going to turn left immediately and go up to this bar. And right here at this bar, use Revelio, and you'll get your first page right here. Now, after grabbing the page at the bar, we're then going to turn around, go back down the stairs, and go to the house that's directly in front of us under these 2 trees. And as we walk up to this house, right here in front of the front door, just use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, our 3rd page in Keenbridge is going to be behind us. So we're going to turn around, we're going to hop on our broomstick, and we're going to fly to the right side of the bar that we just went to. And you guys will see these beehive looking things over here. There's 3 of them. Our field guide page is going to be found on the far left one. So come over here to the left beehive, use Revelio, and you'll get your 3rd page right here. Now, after grabbing your 3rd page in Keenbridge, we're then going to open up our map, and our next location is going to be just west of Keenbridge. So over here, we'll have an ancient magic hotspot. Our field guide page is going to be located over here by this hotspot. So all we're going to do is hop on our broomstick, and we're going to turn around, as there's no Flue Flame that's any closer than where we're already at. And we're just going to fly in this direction, and essentially what we'll do is just fly over open fields here until we get to the ancient magic hotspot. Now, what you want to do is fly over the building to this giant tree behind it, and over here you guys will see some candles that are on the ground. We're going to use Revelio right by this tombstone and the candles, and we'll be able to get our next page. Now to get our next page, we don't need to take a flue flame as our next one is pretty close by. All we're going to do is head southwest, and down here we have a small bandit camp. Our next page is going to be found right next to this bandit camp. So if you don't have this on your map, it'll be east of the Fooper Den and really just southwest of this cluster of trees. So what we'll do is we'll just hop back on our broomstick and fly that direction as we're about 300 meters away. And we'll fly all the way through all the trees. And as we get close, you guys will be able to find the bandit camp pretty quickly. Now, if you haven't been up here, you will have to fight some bandits. But if not, we're just going to go under this overhang. And by these barrels here, you can use Revelio. And you'll be able to get your next page right here. Now for our next page, we're going to want to head down here to the northern South Sea Bog Flue Flame. And I've already picked up this page, so I'm going to have to show you exactly where to go. So you guys will see just south of this Flue Flame, we have what looks like a little bridge on the map that kind of leads this little pathway through the swamp. As soon as you exit the bridge, you guys will see this really tiny body of water right here that's almost like a peninsula. Right here, we're going to place down a marker, and this is where we're going to have a rundown house in the middle of the swamp. So go ahead and take the northern South Sea Bog Flue Flame, and then we're just going to exit this little hut and fly toward our marker. All we have to do is look left, hop on our broomstick, and start flying over the swamp. And as we head this direction, you guys will start to see the little house that's pretty much destroyed in the middle of the swamp. Your next field guide page is going to be found right here in front of this house. Now to get your final page that's in this area, you actually have to complete a quest, and it's about halfway through the main mission. And Natty's going to give you a quest called The Lost Child. And essentially what you need to do is track down this little kid that's missing. And as you're following through this quest, you're going to come across his little makeshift tent where he's got a sign that says Beasts Welcome. Right in front of this tent is where you're going to be able to get your next field guide page. So again, it's called The Lost Child. If you haven't completed that quest, all you have to do is follow Natty's storyline and you will get the main mission and you'll find yourself at this tent. It's very easy to accomplish, but if not, the location of the tent is actually just south of Lower Hogsfield. You guys can see that we have our ancient magic little castle here. It's just to the right of this castle. So if you need to find this location, it's right here. But again, you can grab this during the Lost Child quest. Now, after grabbing that page, we're then going to head to the southwest portion of our map down here to Feldcroft. And what we're going to do is take the Feldcroft Flue Flame. Now, after you take that Flue Flame, you'll spawn in and you guys will see a well that's right in front of you. All we're going to do is walk up to this well, go ahead and use Revelio, and your next page will be right here. Now, after you grab the page at the well, we're going to continue to head back behind it as our next page is really close by. Now, as you fly over this way, you guys will start to notice that we have some practice dummies that are over here. Right here in front of the practice dummies, we can hop off our broomstick, use Revelio, and you'll get your next page right in front of these dummies. Now, after grabbing the page by the practice dummies, we're then going to open up our map, and just north of our area, we're going to have another ancient magic hotspot right over here next to the water. We're also going to have a field guide page that's located in this area. So place a marker down up here, and then all we're going to do is hop on our broomstick from these dummies, and once doing so, we'll head toward that marker that we placed. Again, this is about 250 to 300 meters away, so we'll just fly this direction. You guys will start to see the giant building over here that shows where we're headed. And once we get down here, we're going to go to the lower side of this building on this platform right here. Again, you'll need your broomstick to get up here the easier way. And once you land, just turn around, use Revelio, and on this platform, you'll be able to get your next field guide page. Now, to get our next page, we're going to head back over to the Feldcroft Flue Flame, and the page is going to be found just south over here at the bottom of this mountain. So there's a marker here for me. If you don't have the marker on your screen, just put a marker down on the edge of this mountain down here, just south of the Flue Flame. Take the Flue Flame, and once doing so, we'll hop on our broomstick, and we'll fly about 170 meters toward the page itself. Now, once you get over here, you guys will see it looks like it's under the hill. We're going to go on the other side. And once you get over here, we're just going to work our way down. And there's going to be this little weird looking ritual site right here against the rocks. We can hop off our broomstick, use Revelio by these candles, and we'll be able to get our next field guide page. Now, for our next page, we're going to head northeast and we're going to come over here to the town of Irondale. Now, what we'll do is we'll take the Irondale Flue Flame. And after taking that Flue Flame, when you spawn in, you guys will see the giant windmill. We're going to fly up toward the windmill. And at the bottom, over here where we have our stairs, we can use Revelio, and right here at the stairs, we'll be able to get our next field guide page. Now, to get our next page, we're going to head just west over here to the Feldcroft Catacomb Flue Flame, and we'll go ahead and take that Flue Flame, and our location is going to be just east. You guys will see just southeast of this, we have a small bandit camp. Our page is going to be found under this bandit camp, so go ahead and take the Feldcroft Catacomb Flue Flame. And once doing so, we'll hop on our broomstick and head in the direction that we just placed a marker at for that bandit camp. And as we fly over the edge of this mountain, you guys will start to see the bandit camp. Now we're going to continue to fly over this, and we're going to go down to the bottom of the mountain. So we'll go all the way down, and then we're going to turn around, and you guys can see we can go even lower in here. And once you come around this corner, you guys will start to see this fire that's down here. We're going to land in front of this fire, and you can use Revelio, and right here is going to be the location for your next field guide page. Now for our next page, we're going to head east over toward the Poidsir coast. Now once we get over here, we're going to have a couple flue flames. We're going to want to take the North Poidsir coast flue flame. And after taking this flue flame, the field guide page is going to be literally right where you spawn. So right where this drop off is, just use Revelio and you'll be able to get your next page here. Now to get page number 28, we're going to head all the way to the southeastern portion of our map to Cragcroft. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the Cragcroft flue flame. Now after taking this flue flame, we'll walk outside the little hut that we spawn in, and we're going to work our way toward the giant tree in the middle of the town. We'll fly down here past this giant house, and you guys will see the giant tree here. And all we'll do is come over here to the left side of the tree, use Revelio, and you'll be able to get your next field guide page right here in front of this giant tree. Now, because unfortunately we don't have a lot of flue flames down here, we're going to have to get to our next page with a broomstick. So what we'll do is we'll open up our map, and our next location is going to be found just southwest. So you guys can see over here on this little drop off next to the mountain, there's going to be a page that's down here. Now, if you don't have this marker, all you need to do is head southwest from where we're at and place a marker in this area on your map. We're going to be heading towards a giant skeleton. So you can hop on your broomstick, turn around, and we can fly toward the marker that we just placed. Now that marker will be past this giant ruined structure over here. So we'll just kind of fly to the edge of the mountain. And after we get past this structure, we look down. You guys will see that down here we have this giant skeleton. And right here at the head of this skeleton is where we're going to be able to get our next field guide page. So just go ahead and use Revelio and you'll get your next one right here. Now again, because we're low on flue flames in this area, we're going to have to fly to our next location, which is just going to be west of where we're currently at now. So just west over here, you guys will see on the top of this hill, we have a medium bandit camp. This next field guide page is going to be found right in front of this bandit camp. So from where we're at, we'll hop back on our broomstick and we'll fly toward that direction. Now, again, we'll be about 330 meters away, but it won't take too long to get there, as you can already see the bandit camp from here. So we'll just fly up here. If you haven't been through this bandit camp yet, you might have to fight some enemies if you get too close. But if not, you should be fine. But over here next to the bandit camp, you guys will see all the lights on this little dock area. And right here where all these bottles are on the table, we're going to use Revelio and we'll be able to get our next page right here. Now, after grabbing this page, we only have one field guide page left to grab, and we're going to fly again on broomstick there. Go ahead and open up your map. And the next location is going to be found just south of where we're at. So you guys can see on my map here, I have a marker for it. But if you don't, we're just going to put a marker just east of this small bandit camp down here. So we're pretty much just going to head south. So after grabbing this one, hop on our broomstick, we'll fly over the bottles, back down the hill to the edge of this giant mountain here, and you guys can see the path. We're going to have a small tent down here, so you guys can find the location from these tents. But once you get down here to this tent, all you got to do is use Revelio inside, and you'll be able to get your 31st and final field guide page. But this is how to find all 236 field guide pages here in Hogwarts Legacy. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.